Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we're reviewing the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight Scarecrow. So yes, here we have Scarecrow. This is pretty recently released as the DC Collectibles Arkham Knight line pretty much just started. And he is pretty cool. He's also the only one that's come out so far that I really have any interest in. I rather like the new design for Scarecrow, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick him up. He's pretty cool. He comes with an accessory and has reasonable articulation, and should be a nice addition to your Arkham collection if you've got one of those. Now let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt paint details, all those sorts of things.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Scarecrow. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universal Wolverine. Scarecrow is in the 7-inch scale, and he is a very slender and tall kind of design as well, so he is quite a bit taller than a standard 6-inch figure, and of course much bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Scarecrow. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Scarecrow. He's actually got a very detailed outfit. He's got this sort of brown trench coat that's got lots of little stitched bits on it. He's got sort of little bracery gauntlet pieces, and then he's got like a brace on one of his arms above his little fear-injecting gauntlet that he has. One of his legs is also braced, and other than that, his pants are kind of torn and stitched together, and he's got hastily put on boots with the tongues poking out, and the straps are down, and all that kind of stuff. He also has a little bit of shin showing. He has very pale skin. He also has, like, fear canisters of some sort on his chest, and those are strapped on. And other than that, there's not much to talk about. Lots of really cool detail, though. He looks really nice. From what I've seen, he looks exactly like he does in the game. So that's all cool. Let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Scarecrow has his mask, and it's a bit different than the mask he has had in the previous games. It's a lot more skin-tight. His eyes are white. It's got like two little gas mask kind of canisters coming off of the side. Has the stitched mouth. And of course he's got a brown hood over it that has the same stitching detail as the rest of his jacket does. You can also pull his hood back and you can see that he's bald. He's got some ears there, and that the mask contrasts with the actual skin tone that he has. Since Scarecrow's only accessory is for his face, we'll just go ahead and look at that right now. Scarecrow comes with this mask, which you can slip over the back of his head and then pull his hood back up. I don't really know the significance of the mask because I haven't played Arkham Knight, obviously. But it looks pretty cool and it functions, which is neat. So that's cool if you want to have him have the extra face option there. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Scarecrow's basically on the same level as most DC Collectibles stuff comes out right now. He's got a ball joint in the head that rotates, moves around a bit. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back. His articulation's not completely symmetrical. He has a bicep cut up here at the top on this side, and then a bit lower where the brace is on this side. Single joint elbow, wrist cut. He has a waist cut. Ball joint hips, in and out, forward and back. He has a thigh cut on this side above the brace, but no thigh cut on this side. Single joint knees, and then he's got hinge and pivot in the ankles. So you can get him into a reasonable amount of poses. I do wish he had thigh cuts on both sides, but other than that, I don't have a huge amount of complaints. Now, we've already looked at Scarecrow's only accessory, so let's go ahead and move on to the packaging. Scarecrow comes in the new Arkham style packaging. I swear they change packaging designs every time they make a new Arkham series. But it's very similar to some of the more recent DC Collectibles packaging, like the TV show stuff they've been doing, and the Capullo series stuff. Window here, name on the side there, Scarecrow, Batman Arkham Knight. On the back you have the Arkham Knight logo, as well as other figures that are available. Batman, Arkham Knight, Scarecrow, and Harley Quinn. I believe there are going to be some more series for this figure line as well. These are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Scarecrow.
Alright, that about wraps it up for Scarecrow, so until next time, goodbye!
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.